Synergy loves company.
We have this coterie of rich franchises, the company now, that people want to engage with.
I came here to try and continue what Walt Disney and his associates set in motion 50 years ago, which is to experiment with every new and innovative kind of entertainment possible.
It's what they hope to do here, to really develop something that, just more than an entertainment enterprise. It's something that contributes many other ways.
Hey, this is Synergy Loves Company, where we explore how Disney connects to everything. Thanks for listening and keeping me company today. I'm trying something a little new here today. I'm going to make a quicker episode, a shorter episode than the ones I usually do. And I'm thinking that I'll do these more often. It'll give me an opportunity to try some things, get some more episodes out there. The ideas might be a little smaller. The concepts might be a little more out there. Maybe one day I'll expand these out, make longer episodes out of them. We'll have to see. Today, we're going to explore a few of the connections between Wednesday and Disney. No, not the day of the week. I'm talking about Wednesday, the Netflix show, the kind of hit Netflix show that's become kind of a sensation all over the internet. I'm a little late to the game, I got to admit. We only recently started watching Wednesday. I know it's been out since November, but I had to see what the hype was all about now. It's not necessarily the thing that I would always go to see and watch, but it had enough nostalgia. And as soon as I started watching this, I found a lot of Disney connections, of course. So today I'm going to take a look at some of the Disney parallels and connections between Wednesday and some Disney projects. So let's get into it. Number one is Tim Burton. Tim Burton is the director of Wednesday, and of course he's also done so much with the Disney company, and a lot of the stuff he's done for Disney, he brings his kind of creepy style. Probably most famously, he's done Nightmare Before Christmas, which is, Disney classic at this point. In fact, that one was a touchstone originally because Disney thought it might be a little too creepy to be under the Disney umbrella. But anyways, Tim Burton has done so much with Disney. He started his career at Disney in the early 80s. He did some work with them. Then he left and started directing on his own. But that's when he got back into the Disney fold. And he's done so much with them over the years that I'm surprised he's not a Disney legend. Most recently, he did the live action Dumbo. And I think that might be around the time when he might have made it so he won't become a Disney legend, because he said that he probably will never work with Disney again because he doesn't like how the company's run. It was a whole thing last fall. But Tim Burton brings that creepy style to Wednesday, similar to a lot of the work that he's done for Disney. So I had to make that first connection. Number two is Disney legend Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman and Tim Burton work together so often that what else could you expect from a Tim Burton directed series? That Danny Elfman, of course, would be the first person he'd call to ask to make music for it. That his music often fits the style of Tim Burton's work. And so Danny Elfman, of course, is very Disney. He's a Disney legend, like I mentioned. He was the voice of Jack Skellington in Nightmare Before Christmas. He's done so much other work with Tim Burton for the Disney company. He even has worked with other directors like Sam Raimi on the Multiverse of Madness. And he provided the score for Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland. So he is very much a Disney staple, a Disney legend, and his work is there in Wednesday also. Number three is Jenna Ortega, Wednesday herself. I knew Jenna Ortega not from Wednesday, but from Disney Channel's Stuck in the Middle. In Stuck in the Middle, it's a sitcom, family sitcom, big family, lots of kids. Harley Diaz, Jenna Ortega's character, is the middle child in the family of 7. She kind of does a lot of breaking the fourth wall, talking to the camera. It's a single camera sitcom style. It gave me a lot of feel like Lizzie McGuire and the even Stevens from back in the early 2000s, shows I was, of course, a fan of. They have the same single camera kind of look. The breaking the fourth wall stuff reminded me of Lizzie McGuire's animated self narrating and talking to the audience. And then, of course, you get the sibling dynamics like Even Stevens. So if you're a fan of those old Disney Channel shows from the early 2000s, I would definitely suggest checking out Stuck in the Middle if you haven't done so yet. Her character on the show, Harley Diaz, is pretty awesome. She's an engineer, inventor. She's a tinkerer. She's always kind of making stuff out of old scraps and electronics that she has to kind of get her through the episode. It's really cool. She's got a great character. I would really suggest watching Stuck in the Middle. Very different from what she's doing on Wednesday. Let's stick around and talk about Disney Channel for a little bit longer. The final two things I have are also Disney Channel related topics. Number 4, I thought that Wednesday's visions were so Raven. So in the show, Wednesday has these visions. Sometimes they're of the past, sometimes they're from the future. I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. The first time it happened, in the first episode, I immediately thought of That's So Raven, the kind of look where she kind of froze and then she had her vision and saw that she saw the past happening, but you get the same idea, the same feel of That's So Raven. And I couldn't help but think of That's So Raven or Raven's Home, where you have the characters having visions of what's going to happen later in the episode. Wednesday's visions, So Raven. In the fifth and final comparison I have with Disney and Wednesday is in the first episode, the character of Wednesday is being introduced by another character, Enid, to her new school, Nevermore. And as they walk around, she kind of gives her the old, here's this group of students, there's that group of students, this person is like this, and kind of gives her the lay of the land. And it totally reminded me of Disney's Zombies. There's the different groups. In fact, at one table, she's like, that group over there's the werewolves. It's like, that's from Zombies. They have the group of werewolves at their high school. It's kind of that supernatural high school feeling. Of course, Wednesday has the bright colors like Zombies does. It has the darkness. Of course, the darkness is turned up in Wednesday. In Zombies, it's turned down. The bright colors are turned up in Zombies. Sometimes, of course, Tim Burton loves that style with the bright and dark colors. Sometimes, though, the darkness overtakes that bright color look in Wednesday, but I couldn't help but kind of compare it in my mind to something like Zombies. Zombies has a lot more musical numbers and things like that. But there is a share of good music and dance and stuff in Wednesday too. So I thought that was the supernatural cliques in high school. Definitely reminded me of Zombies. Once again, that list was number 1, Tim Burton. Number 2, Danny Elfman. Number 3, Stuck in the Middle's Jenna Ortega. Number 4, Wednesday's visions are so Raven. And number 5, the tour around Nevermore campus reminded me of Disney Channel's original movie, Zombies. Let me know what you think about this format. Let me know if you think my list was ridiculous. Let me know if you thought it was great. You can do that by reaching out to me on socials. There's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. The best way to do it is visit synergylovescompany.com to find those. If you want to make sure that you don't miss the next episode of Synergy Loves Company, go to synergylovescompany.com also. And right there on the main page is a button for podcatchers, whatever you listen to your podcast in. iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, they're all right there at synergylovescompany.com. And last but not least, if you're enjoying Synergy Loves Company, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who loves Disney as much as you do. You could tell them to visit synergylovescompany.com. Sharing the show is the number one way that you can support Synergy Loves Company, and your support means the world to me. Thanks for exploring Disney's connections with me. Until next time, keep discovering the magic in everything.